Yo, what's good, y'all? PK all the way. And I'm back with another video today, man. Today we talking about Centuria again. Now, before I start this video, I'm gonna address a few things. Firstly, I want to say thank y'all for getting my video. The first one to 2K views and over 50 likes, bro. That's the first video on my channel to do that good. I had one video by Isaac that did 300 views. That was really good. But this is like outstanding, bro. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all so much for the feedback. Now, the second thing I wanted to discuss is that people was really upset with the fact that I compared this with Berserk or said this was new Berserk. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about, bro. Y'all can go cry to y'all mama, bro. This is my opinion, bro. If you don't like it, go watch another video or go your ass somewhere else. Anyway, but you know, the haters still bring attention to the channel, so thank y'all. I really do care about others' opinions. So if you feel like that it's not Berserk even in the slightest, bro, I respect that opinion, bro. I understand that nothing can compare to Berserk's art, story, characters, anything. Nigga, I read the same manga. I know where you're coming from, but still, this manga is really good, bro. Like I said to somebody else, I replied to somebody in the comments and I said that like, but Kentaro is growing, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't really get new chapters like that. So how long is Berserk really gonna last? Because Koji Mori already wrote his own mangas. Did he write Kingdom and stuff like that too? Like, how much can we expect from Koji Mori, bro? From especially from a high level of artwork as known as Berserk. You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows what kind of changes Kentaro made to the story along the way that he didn't want to do. So like, Berserk right now is just the most watered down version that we have. I really do appreciate it though, but it's like we can't go back, bro. We gotta appreciate it for what it was, bro, and then just move on, bro. That's how I feel about it, man. But anyway, let's get right to the dumpster, the next chapter. So last chapter we ended off with Julian on a rowboat looking at Diana, and he's telling us that he found something valuable in this world. Now in this chapter we start off and we see Mirror, and we see a flashback of her and Julian talking, and she's telling Julian that the only way that babies can communicate is by crying and yelling. They don't really know how to speak words, so that's the only way they can communicate. So you as she's telling him that you as a father or like you as a parent or anything, you have to hold the baby close and tell them they're alright so they know that everything is okay. Alright, jumping ahead to the next few panels, we see Julian and he's reassuring Diana because Diana is crying. He's telling her that everything is okay, just like as Mirror told him. Now, in the last chapter, if you remember, the octopus god told Julian that he was okay and he was gonna have safe travels. But when you look up, you see a big wreckage of boats, and it's just messed up. You can't get through and go to the continent. So then we see a fish spirit, an evil fish spirit, and he's like, I'm envious of you. How did you get her his blessings, but we can't get her blessing? I'll kill you even if I have to get punished for it. And then Julian begins to panic. He's like, man, what the fuck going on with these niggas, bro? What the fuck they hating for? What y'all hating on me for, nigga? I'm a slave. But anyway, and then the fish spirit started biting the boat, and that makes Julian have to jump out the boat and jump onto the wreckage that he got blocked by. And then we see the big king spirit, the spirit that controls all the lower ones, and he's like, you think you such a cocky bastard, don't you? So Julian still contemplated what he has to do. He's kind of in his head like, what am I gonna do? The baby's here, and then the big spirit is like, how long you do think this is gonna last? Because that baby's gonna be fish food by the end of this. So Julian get a little flash of the slaves, and he like, man, fuck no. You think you finna do something to Diana? Hell no. Now, as cool, heroic, and badass this move was, my boy Julian gotta know this not a Disney Channel manga, bro. This nigga jumped in water with an evil water spirit. He's about to get cooked. So as Julian jumps into the water, he starts hitting the fish with a barrage of stabs, but then the fish then quickly pierces Julian with like 6 stingers, bro, and it goes all through his body, and then Julian kind of get that realization like, man, this nigga fighting. The fish and Julian kind of throw strikes at each other. Julian swings at him, the fish swings at him, they kind of dodge each other, and then at the last kind of move, the fish impales Julian again with like 10 stingers, so Julian just kind of sitting there floating in the water with stingers all through his body. So then Julian wakes up and he grabs one of the stingers and he pulls the fish towards him. And as the fish is being like pulled towards Julian, he uses the big knife / spear and he runs it down the fish's back, and they like get a big cut through his back. As the eel / snake asks Julian or begs Julian to let him go, Julian's like hell I will, and he's like, no, I'm not letting him go. But then all of a sudden Julian's body goes into shock. He's like, damn, what's going on? And then it's revealed to us that the snake that been impaling him, or the eel that's been impaling him with these stingers, had poison in him all along. So as Julian sinks down into the sea, the snake is giving his evil monologue. He's like, I know you have 100 lives. You're going to sink to the bottom of the sea and revive and die over and over again. He's like, at least you won't have to worry about the baby anymore. Isn't it a burden, taking care of her? Isn't that like being a slave? You won't have to worry about it anymore. Just fall to the sea where all things return. And then he keeps talking about the baby and how it's cruel for the baby to live without a mother, and it's just better for Julian to die. The ill keeps trying to further convince Julian to just let his death happen, and he's like, you can just see all your old friends again, which is all the slaves that died in chapter 1. And Julian's like, well, I can see all my friends again. For real, is it that easy? I can be with Mira again? And then we cut to Julian's past, and then he expresses to us that he'll never forget the time his mom walked away happily selling him and never looking back while she did. And then he said he'll never forget the cold days, the pain and the sorrow and everything. And then we cut to Mira. He said, but I will never forget Mira's warmth, her compassion, everything. He said he'll never forget Mira. And then as he's like slowly drifting into his death, Mira's like, come be with me, please come be with me. And then you hear the baby crying, the baby that start crying, and then Julian, wake up. And then we cut back to the beginning of the chapter, and we was talking about how Mira was saying that a baby only expresses his need by crying, or only when it needs something, it's gonna start crying. And then Julian, he hears that all the way from the bottom of the sea, damn near, like he sunk far, y'all. And then Julian wakes up, and then he just spills poison and a smoke screen all at once. As he awakens his Kraken powers, which is his right eye. I call it the Kraken because it cracks and it got it from octopus. It's called Kraken powers. That's what I call it. But anyway, he has dispensed a smoke screen, and it got poison in it. And then the eel's like, "What? Did you put poison in your smoke screen too?" And then wham, my boy Julian punches him. So the eel going on, he panicking. He's like, how are you able to move? How are you doing this? My boy Julian grabs a spear from like, I think out of the eels. He grabbed the spear. He go down. He dive down. He pierces right through the eel, bro. And then the eel just starts screaming and shit. And then for my final shot, my boy Julian just cut him right in half, bro. After my boy Julian lands the finishing move, he screams out for Diana, and then all the fishes are kind of fucking surprised at the fact that Julian had defeated the eels, fish thing, whatever it is, bro. He killed them, and then they's like, more for us. And then Julian's like, get the hell out of my way. So he starts searching through all the fishes, and he kills them all. And then we ended off with one of the goldenest panels I've seen in a while. I don't care if niggas say I'm glazing, dick riding, whatever, nigga. This panel is golden. I'm sorry, Diana. I promise, I'll always be with you. That's right. I'm not alone. It's the shore. Look, Diana, we reached land. Yeah, I've had enough of the sea too.